I put my female mourning sphinx into this cup with a water pick, and I put some Virginia creeper in a water pick, and wanted to see if I could get her to lay eggs for me, and boy oh boy, did she ever. In fact, she laid a freaking ton of eggs. I'm gonna show them to you here, up close and personal here. Let me see. Let's see. Okay. This is egg overload here, baby. They come out green at first. Let's see if I can get more. Zoom in. There we go. There we go. When they're first laid, they're green. And as the caterpillar develops inside, they start turning brown. So there's a bunch of them on here, guys. There's like, look at all that. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize how many. She went nuts. Yeah, so the brown eggs are ones that are having a hard time focusing. All right, the brown ones are the ones that are oldest, and they're starting to turn colors. Probably gonna hatch soon. So yeah, check that out, guys. There's eggs all over this thing. All over this thing. She didn't seem too picky where she put them either. It's kind of like everywhere. In fact, this cup had a paper towel ramp, and she put them all over the paper towel too. So she's still alive. She did really well in that cup. She's been in there 2 days, and eggs everywhere, guys. So I'm gonna release her because I don't need any more eggs in that. It's plenty. And then I'm gonna put the stem and this paper towel back in the cup with some fresh leaves of Virginia creeper vine, because that's what they eat. And I'll show you the caterpillars when they hatch. Check it out. All right, well, I'll put her on the bark of that palm tree right there. It's kind of camouflaged. Nothing will eat her, hopefully. Thanks for the eggs, lady. I'm gonna go take good care of your kiddos. All right, now that all these caterpillars are hatching and they're feeding, there's a bunch of them in there. I need to upgrade it pretty quickly to a larger container. So I got a little cup with some water in it and hole punch in the lid. I cut a stem of, this is all Virginia creeper vine, which grows everywhere on the fence in my yard here. So I'm gonna put that in, and then step one is just gonna be take out the stem where all the caterpillars are going to town. Where are they all? Are they all crawling around? Oh, they're all crawling. They're looking for better food. I have to get my paintbrush because they're all like, this food sucks, dude. Okay, I'm gonna put that in there, and I'm gonna go get, let's see. these guys are crawling around. You can see how long that little horn is on the back when they first come out of their eggs. Pretty cool. I always love raising sphinx caterpillars. They are pretty cool. There's still some eggs that haven't hatched yet. I'm just gonna put the whole thing down there in the bottom, and I need to go through this cup with a paintbrush and brush some of these guys onto the fresh food. So we're gonna have a bunch of them, guys. This is gonna be a project here. If we're gonna breed them all, I might put some of them outside on the plant. I don't feel like breeding 100 mourning sphinx caterpillars. We'll see. All right, guys, so I'm actually outside my house cutting food for all of my mourning sphinx caterpillars. There are a bunch of them. I gotta feed them and change their container. Guys, this is Virginia creeper. It's a weed that grows all over the place. And, you know, if you have a weedy area with trees or whatever in South Florida, you're probably gonna have this growing. It's all on my fence here on the side of my house, so I've got enough to feed a bunch of caterpillars here. So we're gonna continue this project. The caterpillars are in about third instar. They're gonna start chewing big time here in a minute. I hope I have enough here on my fence line to feed all of them. We'll see how that goes. If not, I have to go hunt down some more. So I'm gonna just clip. Let's see. Okay, that's probably not going to be enough. I'm going to go ahead and clip this piece too. And feed my caterpillars. Here we go. All right, let's see how we're doing here, guys. I have a feeling tonight's going to be a good night. Song. All right, these guys are chewing like crazy, growing like crazy. They're devouring what was in here. So I'm going to try and lift this up. I'm gonna drag it over here and put it there. And then, okay, so let me show you caterpillars before we get to cleaning. So, yeah, still got the big long horn. This guy just molted, shed his skin. They're all over the place, aren't they? Loving that, guys. I wish all sphinx moths were this easy. Let's see. Well, there's a bunch of them in here, man. Holy smokes. I know this moth just went crazy laying eggs. I never counted the eggs, but as you can see, there's no problem with mourning sphinx laying eggs in a little cup in captivity. So yeah, they just demolished this stem here. I'm gonna feed them all that as well, but first I gotta clean this out. I think there's a bunch of them on the bottom here, and I don't want to throw any caterpillars in the garbage. So, how are we gonna do this? Okay, I'm gonna have to pick all these caterpillars out by hand, guys. There's a bunch of them on the ground. And I'll get back to you when I feed. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to simply add, right, where's the, there we go. Add that. Wait, did I do the right side? I don't think I put the right side in. Dummy. Okay, and then, so if you ever do this, make sure that these leaves, when you pick them, they have 5 leaflets, not 3 leaflets. Because what does that look like? Yeah, that looks like poison ivy. So, you know, before you go picking leaves, make sure that they have the 5 leaflets. That's the Virginia creeper. So, all right, let's try and do this without losing caterpillars. Okay. One thing about the Virginia creeper is the leaves are pretty, like they pop off real easy. So, got a bunch of caterpillars here that were on the bottom of the container. Go fend for yourselves, guys. All right, that's it, guys. She's clean. We'll check back in a few days. All right, guys, so in one day, the caterpillars in this container absolutely shredded the contents of this container. There's definitely too many in this container. I went and cut a whole bunch of Virginia creeper, which we're gonna feed. This container seemed to fare a little bit better, which means it probably had more of an appropriate amount of larvae in it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a big stem here. It's a lot of biomass, but I have a feeling they're gonna take good care of it. Where's my pliers? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna transfer some of these caterpillars to try and level out the number of caterpillars in each of the containers. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 more coming. Oops. I'm just gonna, oh, look at that, 9. We've got our first dark form, really dark. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time here. Talk about a different color form of mourning sphinx. You know, that's what the normal ones look like. Most of them, the ones you find out in the wild, I found a few of them in the wild, and they look like this. Actually, I think you might be finally installed. They're just green. They've got those little, the white stripes on either side of the middle of the thorax. You know, these guys here have some brown markings, but then this guy, he looks like he's straight brown form here. And that's pretty cool. We're seeing, you know, most sphinx species do have different color forms. So there's 8 I just added 8 to this container and a bunch of biomass. I may put a couple more in even, because I don't think, oh wow, there's a bunch. I got a bunch of them in here, guys. It's actually ridiculous. I didn't realize how many caterpillars I had. So I'm putting, say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 more. I'll go with that. So we just added whatever was in this container before. We just added all those, was it 6 plus 8, 14 caterpillars. And then the guys that are left in here, we will just add food and get them eaten again. So a lot of our Sphinx caterpillars that change colors, that actually starts to happen when they run out of food. So when they go scarce on food, they have to crawl down the floor and go crawling around looking for new food. And that kind of forces them to, if they're going to camouflage with the leaf litter on the ground, they have to be a different color. They don't, because if you're green, you don't blend in with dead leaves. You blend in with live leaves on the plant. And a lot of times, from my experience in captivity, that's what forces the color change. So I'm wondering if, as some of these molt, because they did go overnight without, at least several hours without food, I'm wondering if that's enough to, like, in the next molt, to start seeing some more of the brown color form. So I'm gonna add some more of this Virginia creeper to these cages. I might add a little bit more to that one. And then we're gonna keep, these guys are almost done. These guys are, a lot of them are 4th instar. There may be 1 or 2 final. We'll see. I might have to get another container, because I don't think these containers are big enough for all the caterpillars we have. So let's do that. Check out the 3 different color forms of the Mourning Sphinx caterpillar, guys. This one's sort of like a hybrid. Then we've got dark form and the green form, and then the intermediate. But I always love the different color forms of the Sphinx caterpillars. They are super cool.